Gold jacket, green jacket, who gives us Nikes? We give us Nikes. We're watching this thing. We're watching for the green jacket. The Masters is back, and Augusta National came out swinging with a fury that hasn't been seen in a while. If this golf course was a boxer, it would be Mike Tyson in his prime. The conditions were perfectly aligned for some of the hardest rounds at Augusta National that any of these current players have seen. You have your leaders, Sam Burns, Rory McIlroy. Sam Burns, 29-year-old LSU grad that came out and had an awesome round. Rory McIlroy, relaxed, he's chill. He's already accomplished the goal of a Grand Slam. He did it last year. That's everything that he wanted in his career. So what's he doing now? He comes out and shoots the best first round that he's ever shot in a Masters tournament. He's relaxed. He's ready to go. Scottie Scheffler starts out hot, gets on the back nine. What happens? The course gets him. He still had a great round. 2 under for yesterday's conditions was amazing. But back nine, everything got firm, fast. You hear him talking on the broadcast about firm and fast, firm and fast, firm and fast. Honestly, you're probably going to get tired of it. But everything there, it's dry. The course looks awesome, but it's dry. And so when they hit these shots, look at number 15. If you watched Scheffler's group on number 15 yesterday, Scheffler, Robert McIntyre, and Gary Woodland. Robert McIntyre, I don't remember how far he was out, and he goes in the water twice. Robert McIntyre shot a 9 on number 15. Gary Woodland shot a 6, which is, it's a par 5. And these guys, the average on 15 this year is like 5.2 something. The highest it's been, I think what it was last year was 5.1 something. These guys are professional golfers, and they're used to hitting par or under on par 5s on average. What's happening is the course is hard, it's firm, it's fast, and your hit box on where you have to land that ball in order to get it to stop where you want it is extremely small for these guys. So even these professional golfers who get paid to do this and are incredible are having a hard time hitting that small of a landing box. Now take your course that you play at home, for example. If you want to land it on the green and you have a sloped green, but it's usually, you'll have a sloped green and you'll have a plateau here and maybe a plateau here. You can land on the safe big plateau on the bottom and usually stick it, or maybe even get on the smaller plateau on the top. These guys are landing in these hit boxes and it's rolling 15, 20, 30 yards past the green. You'll see Gary Woodland's shot on number 15 yesterday. He landed that thing pretty good and it almost rolled all the way into the water on the back side of the green. Now, advantage golfer who starts earlier. Rory McIlroy starts in the morning. He goes 5 under. Not taking away from his game, but advantage golfers that go earlier. He had 5 under. I believe Burns teed off earlier. He was 5 under. Scheffler started off hot on the front 9 and then maintained on the back 9. What happens is, to make this thing fair, Augusta, the Masters, they know that it's an advantage for a golfer to tee off earlier. So what's happening today? Let's look at the tee times for Scheffler and McIlroy. Yesterday, they teed off at, McIlroy teed off at 10:31 and Scheffler teed off at 1:44. Today, they flip-flopped. Rory's teeing off at 1:44 and Scheffler's teeing off at 10:19. So the powers that be understand that this course is incredibly difficult. And you know what? They want it to be incredibly difficult. You know why? Because you're watching. It's hard. These guys are messing up. When I say messing up, their margin of error is tiny. They're messing up, and it creates for a good viewing experience. It's exciting to watch these guys. What's better than feeling relatable? You go play at your course and you shoot, say you shoot at 85, okay? You've got a couple double bogeys, You may have one birdie, you have some pars, but it's all over the place. That's what you're seeing because this course is so incredibly hard. Guys, if you're a 20, say you're a 10 to a 20 handicap, and you go play at Augusta National right now from the tees that these guys are playing from, with the length and the difficulty of the hit boxes that you're having to hit, I'm just telling you, I'm a 20 handicap. That tells you how bad I am at golf, but I do have some good days. If we went out there right now, we would probably shoot anywhere from 30 to 40 or maybe 50 over. I don't think you understand how incredibly difficult it is. Here's some nuggets about Augusta that you might not know. The greens during tournament week are cut down to 1/8 of an inch, which is about 2 pennies stacked together, which is one of the reasons that makes them incredibly fast. Along with that, it's dry. So put dry on top of already incredibly fast, and that's why you'll see these guys not being able to make putts. Now, one thing that Rory did yesterday, he made, I think it was 108 feet of putts over the 18-hole round, which is, I think it was double what his putts made was in his first round last year. Rory was sinking putts that nobody else was sinking, and that's why he's in the lead with Sam Burns right now. You see, Scheffler missed a few putts that he probably normally would have made, especially on the back nine. You see a putt by Brooks Koepka, where I think he was a 4 to 6 foot putt, maybe a 7 foot putt out. I don't remember what hole it was, somewhere around 14 to 16, that he had an incredible iron shot to get on the green and misses a putt that stops literally 1/4 to 1/8 of an inch from the hole. You'll see him. He stood there and watched this putt, waiting for it, hoping for it to go in. Then next hole, hits another incredible iron shot and makes the putt. And I believe he ended up at even par for the day. Here's something you may not know. Augusta has a vacuuming system under each putting surface called sub-air, that if they want to dry those things out, if they want them to be firm and fast, they can suck the air, which means suck the moisture out of those greens so that they will play firm and fast. You think that they don't want it to be firm and fast? They do. They want the excitement of how hard this course is. They want the exclusivity of how incredibly difficult this thing is, and they want the entertainment level. They want you to tune in. They want me to tune in to see who's going to be able to conquer this thing. And honestly, to even be under par on the first day here is pretty incredible. There's 10 golfers at 80 and above, one of them being Robert McIntyre, Carlos Ortiz, Mike Weir, and a few other guys at 80. That is very unlikely for professional golfing. We only have 16 players after the first day that were under par, and that's out of 91 total players. So it's about 1 out of 6 that are under par. That is not normal. Let's talk about our dude, Fred Couples, who is 66 years old and was on the cusp of being the oldest player to ever enter the second day or finish the first day in the red numbers. Through 14, he was 2 under, and then that dang 15 got him, just like it got Robert McIntyre. He ends up hitting 2 balls in the water from 90 yards out and breaks everybody's heart. Everybody was rooting for this guy. Got another guy, Gary Woodland, who everybody's rooting for, who was 3 under after the front 9 and then goes 2 over after the back 9 and ends up still shooting a 71. So he's still in the running with 1 under. Cool for Gary Woodland for talking about his struggles with PTSD. For the things that he's gone through in his life so far are pretty inspirational. So keep an eye out for him. You got Bryson DeChambeau, who I think most people are rooting for. Break 50 is one of my favorite things to watch on YouTube. I love his YouTube channel. And he's like a golfer for the people, right? You see him on Live Tour now. You don't get to normally see him on the PGA Tour, which I think most dedicated golf fans, hardcore golf fans, are probably more into PGA Tour than they are the Live Tour. If I'm wrong on that, let me know. But seeing him in the major at Augusta National is something that we were all excited about. And you think, man, you watch this guy on Break 50. He's an incredible golfer. I watched a year-old video the other day where he's trying to beat Grant Horvat with a 3-club challenge, where Grant has all of his clubs in his bag, and he still is competitive. crazy good golfer and comes out and Augusta just whoops him. On number 11, you see him try to get out of the bunker 3 times, and it's just painstaking. But every one of us who plays golf understands what that feels like. Sometimes I just grab a putter when I'm trying to get out of the bunker and just knock the mess out of it to try to hit the lip and get it out of there. If I'm not hitting good bunker shots that day, which is a typical day for me. Shane Lowry and Tommy Fleetwood are 2 guys that I really love to watch. Shane Lowry's just polarizing, captivating. He's just fun to watch. He just goes out there and you can tell that he has a good time, that he doesn't let the moment get to him maybe as much as some of the other golfers do. I think he's totally happy with playing on the golf course and getting paid for it. That's what I perceive from him. Tommy Fleetwood's probably the best golfer that doesn't have a major under his belt. And he's been close several times. There's just, he's at 1 under. That's not out of it. That is not out of it. The dude's still got a chance. He's got to play his game and hit his spots. And he's still in the running. All the guys that are 1 under are still in the running. I don't think you even take a Bryson DeChambeau out of it, who's 4 over. Dude's 4 over. But with the way that this course can punish people, Rory McIlroy is not safe. Sam Burns is not safe in the lead. Justin Rose, 2 under, after the interview, or after he played his course yesterday, his interview, the guy interviewing him was saying, I know you might be disappointed with 2 under, and Justin Rose was like, I'm actually not. Do you understand how hard this course is? 2 under was probably my achievable goal. And I think Rory McIlroy said the same thing after his round, is he would have been happy with 2 under with the way the course conditions were. He just got hot and he laid it in and made a bunch of putts. Let's go back to the course, because the course is the biggest player in this tournament. If you take all 91 golfers and then you take the course as the 92nd golfer, the course is the most important aspect of this whole Augusta National Masters weekend. 5 of the 6 players at the top of the leaderboard after day 1 finished their round before 4 p.m. Take that into consideration. And now take that it's being flipped today. You could see a flip-flop or a tying up at the lead. Let's say that McIlroy went 5 under yesterday and he goes 1 under today. He's 6 under overall. Let's say Scotty Scheffler goes 2 under yesterday and he goes 4 under today. He's 6 under overall. You're probably going to see a little bit of a shift and a catch up. Justin Rose, he was towards the end on the tee off time and finished later. You could see him come up. There's several other guys that have a shot to flip-flop these standings or to catch up in the standings. All right, so here's another important nugget that you need to know while you're watching the Masters. Day 1 and 2 flip tee times. Day 3 tee times are based on the total scores of day 1 and 2. The players in last after the cut, so there'll be a cut line and players are eliminated. The players in last start first, and then the players in first start last. The groups go from threesomes to twosomes. Now here's the important thing and why that happens. Golf loves drama. Who doesn't? So do soap operas, right? They want their best golfers teeing off last because that's when most people are tuning in. Also, the scores from everybody else are already posted. So you have the drama and the leaders chasing the numbers. If somebody had a great round in the morning and catches up, now you have the drama of the leaders chasing numbers. What we haven't talked about is the disadvantage that a leader is actually going to have by teeing off last for the same reasons that we mentioned earlier. So there's still likelihood that somebody that's towards, like, say, the bottom 3/4 of the leaderboard can work their way up. Now, if they do great and somebody shoots a 7 under on day 3, they're gonna move up, and then on Sunday, final day, they're gonna tee off last or wherever they are in their rankings. So there's so much to think about when it comes, and I'm sure golfers aren't shanking on purpose. They ain't, because it's so hard to catch up. But just know that those guys teeing off earlier have a better chance because of the dew on the ground and because there is a little bit of wetness on the ground that's going to slow things down a little bit. Think of it like this way. If there's a little dampness, a little wetness on the ground, that hit box that later on in the afternoon may be a 10-foot hit box that you have to hit on a green to get it to stop, might be a 20 or a 25-foot hit box. A chip that rolls out over the green and off of the green in the afternoon or in the close to the evening may be a chip that rolls 4 foot to 10 foot past the pin in the early morning. So there is an advantage. Pay attention to that. Gold jacket, green jacket, who gives us Nikes? We give us Nikes. We're watching this thing. We're watching for the green jacket. Stay tuned for more updates from day 2, 3, and 4. I think you're going to see some iconic names chasing it down on Sunday. I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be exciting. If it's not close, it's going to be exciting, but I think it's going to be close. So round 2 is happening right now. Go watch it, and we'll be back tomorrow to analyze the storylines of round 2. Who's excited about the Masters? This is incredible. Let's go.